Welcome back to the Vintage Sewing Machine Garage, everybody. I'm making a video today on something I don't get to do very often because I don't often find a real treasure trove of what I call artifacts or provenance, sort of the history of a machine, at least the history of a specific machine. And of course, you're looking at the Singer 15 crinkle finish treadle machine that I am listing now and have videos I'm making. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what I found here. And you know, sometimes I find the most amazing things. When you get a machine, whether it's a case or very often a table with drawers, and it doesn't matter if it's a treadle or not, you should always check the sewing machine table or ask the people selling the machine if they have any sewing stuff that would have gone with it. If you can say sewing notions, but most people don't know what that term means unless they really, you know, they have some understanding of sewing and sewing machines generally. So, but very often in tables, I find table drawers, I find all sorts of items, and it's kind of interesting. I wanted to share this with you guys. I'll be doing a video on treadle belts and how I go about installing them. But here's a few things that I found. This is an old belt, or it looks like one that broke. Treadle belts are leather, and they are sort of like a leather cord. They're round, sometimes oblong, a little bit oval, but mostly round. And with this machine and this setup, I found something interesting. First thing I wanted to show you all, sorry I'm having to move the camera closer, is I saw a stack of I just saw a stack of these tiny little envelopes, and they were all in, you know, a kind of a big stack, like a sandwich. And I opened them up, and sure enough, an owner back in the day, I don't see dates on this, but it looks like they've been here a while. You can see where a prior user or owner basically took needle sizes and took little packets of needles. Each one of these envelopes has like a sleeve packet of needles, and they wrote down the size. I believe it was the size, and this is for this may be an older numbering system for needles, and it says operation, the number, and then what they were using it for, which is kind of interesting. This one says clipped and stamped. This is threading, automatic grooved. You can see right here. Flat shank straighten. Packing 3 inch in end. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe that's a seam allowance. This one here says operation hardening. You know, it could be that these are not needle sizes, that these operations are numbered, and that the needles that are in each one of these are for that particular operation, I suppose. You've got packing, hardening, first pointing, right? We've got, what do we got down here? Grinding, AUT straightening. I'm not sure what that means. Eye punching, that would be like an eyelet, I suspect. Second pointing. Finishing oiling. And needle blanks. So it's just kind of an interesting part of the history of the machine. This says swagged and eye polishing. So there were a lot of options you had back in the day, but of course everything was done manually. The other main thing I found here, which I don't come across often, if at all, I don't think I have before, as far as my treadle machines go, is, and some of you may have seen these before, I think you can probably find them online, but this says sewing machine belt, Singer sewing machines, selected for strength and quality by Singer Sewing Machine Company. It's got a product number. Someone had written here, a prior owner, used belt, fixed. I don't know if that means fixed size or if it was it was used and damaged and someone fixed it. But, you know, it is inside here. And of course, you see the packaging back in the day. You know, they were, in this case, sort of like a box board, what we would call the box board today, like in a cereal box. But of course, your belt was a primary important piece, and you would occasionally have to replace it. But I just wanted to share this with you. You never know what is inside, what comes with the machine. And you know, I've had things years ago, I got machines, and sometimes I would have a box of things and I wouldn't look at them. And a couple of years later, I looked and didn't realize I had things that had come with the machine. But it's very important to ask because, you know, people they get distracted. They put things where they can, if they save them. So always be willing to ask a seller of a machine, no matter what kind. It can be a Treadle or an electric machine. Ask them if they know if there were other things related to the machine. It could be bobbins. It could be anything. Just ask generally and see what they bring you. They might bring you a box, a bag, or you may find it in the drawer itself. And at other times, such as you see right here, there's another to the left there behind this machine. I've got another Treadle I'm going to be restoring. And that machine, I literally just got the head of the machine. And then the table was separate. I didn't get any of the provenance or history with it, but that's okay. But anyway, guys, just wanted to share a little bit of this with you. It's a reminder. I think I've done a video or two before on the amazing things I find in sewing machines, with machines. Sometimes it's handed to me. Again, sometimes it's in the table, and you'll also find it sometimes in the carry cases. But always be like a little detective and take a look and see what you have. What I'll do is I'll preserve these things, and if the person who purchases this Treadle machine, if they are interested in having this as part of the history, then you know, I'll definitely include that. And if not, then you know, I'll save it, preserve it for some future purpose. Anyway, guys, thank you. This is the beginning of my Treadle video season, apparently, because I've got a number of other videos coming that I need to make involving treadles and what I really love about them. They are so strong in terms of just an incredible sewing tool, and a lot of times we don't always think of them that way because they don't have electric power. But boy, could they put out some serious sewing power and needle punching when you get them set up properly. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There will be more Treadle videos to come, and we'll see you next time.